Guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to a new video. So I was thinking it has been a while since I've sat down with you guys to talk about my journey. I think ever since I made that video and the several others that followed, I haven't really been back in over a year to provide you guys with an update. So I thought I'd sit down with you guys and talk about that today, give you guys an update on where I am in my journey to changing my life. So it's safe to say my life has definitely changed and my mindset has changed. A lot of things have changed and the journey has not been easy by any means. I've had some relapses here and there, moments where I've definitely gone back to like my old ways of thinking, and I've had to like catch myself and bring myself back to where we belong, right? So in changing my life, I embarked on several journeys, whether it was changing my mindset to thinking more positively, whether it was to become more feminine, you know, to become a better and more confident young lady, just to overall just clean up whether my appearance so I look more polished or whatever it might be. I've embarked on several journeys to just a journey to becoming a better Octavia, because I always want to improve. I'm not perfect. Each and every day we are learning something, and I just want to always make sure that I'm growing and becoming my better self. So if you too are looking to change your life, you notice that, you know, you're just not happy with where you are and how you are. I'm trying to be very careful with my choice of words here, because I don't want anyone out there to ever think that they aren't good enough, because that's really not what this series or my videos are about. But I also want to encourage you to self-reflect and identify the areas in your life that needs improvement. Also, just have a vision of the woman that you want to become, man or woman you want to become, and we're gonna set goals to get there. And I just think that's like really important. But I'm definitely still on my journey. I want to become even better. I want to definitely improve and I want to elevate. So I'm constantly working on myself. So I'm going to share with you guys some pointers, some tips, whatever you want to call it, that I'm currently practicing right now in my life to help me elevate to that next level that I'm confident that I can get to. So the first thing on my list is to work on completely eliminating like negative thoughts, like altogether. That's probably my biggest weakness right now, if I'm being honest, because I'm an overthinker and I'm naturally just thinking about like the negative things or like the half cup empty type of mentality. And I really work every day to, no matter what I have going on, I have to write 5 things down that are good today. All right, so anytime I catch myself like spiraling and going downward, I catch myself and I say, all right, I get it, you're having a very bad day, I get it, but let's kind of get away from the negative. I know they're there and we can see them, but let's just stop for a second and let's find 5 things right now that you are actually grateful for. So that's what I've been practicing every day, and that also brings us into like our number 2, it's gratitude. Just learning how to just be grateful for what you do have in your life and the things that you have accomplished thus far. Now, I'm sure one of you watching this video right now, you're probably saying, well, there's nothing that I'm grateful for. Really? Really? There's nothing that you can come up with. That's not true. So it's definitely one of those things where always express gratitude in your everyday life for the things that you do have. And I do promise you, just those little practices every day will really start, you'll really start to see some changes in your life. And over time, you'll start to see your cup as half full rather than half empty. Because you know what, no matter what we do, life will always be lifing. Like, it doesn't matter. So there's no point in dwelling and simmering on the negative stuff. Just like focus on the good, and the more you focus on the good, I feel like the more good you'll start to notice, and the more good will come to you. Because I do notice that when I'm really in that headspace where I'm focusing on the good, I can tell like I'm like glowing almost. It's like I'm happy, I'm genuinely at peace, and I'm okay, and nothing phases me. But now and again, a little something come up and I'm down again. But it's okay. It's really a process, and it takes commitment and dedication, and that's what I'm working on right now. So this next tip is to work on my self-love. And this is easier said than done. And that was shocking to me because I've always felt like I love myself, and it's really, it was a lot deeper than that. It was a way deeper than that. I had to really learn to love myself and be okay with myself in a lot of aspects in my life. Whether I was single at the time, I had to learn to love myself and learn how to be alone and be okay with that. Just be okay with that fact. So loving myself enough to not allow people to disrespect me, learning to walk away when things do not serve me, and also just learning to love myself enough so that when other people don't love you back or people don't like you, it doesn't really matter because I love me. And as long as I love me, you can't tell me nothing. You understand what I'm saying? Self-love and learning how to love myself with those 3 little subtopics there definitely is what I'm working on. And this topic also leads into like wanting validation from people, and that's also something that I had to nip it in the bud immediately when those sort of feelings started to manifest in my life, right? Like wanting people to validate me and to validate whether it's how I looked, how I spoke, how I dressed. But I have to cut that off immediately because that is so dangerous. I cannot express to you how dangerous that quality or mindset is, that wanting validation stuff, especially for somebody in my position where I'm online and I'm a YouTuber slash influencer, whatever you call it, and just having so many people watching you and saying things and giving you tips and pointers and opinions. Can you imagine? Can you imagine how chaotic that must be, right? So, you know, for those of you who aren't in this field, but you know, you're just seeking validation from family members, friends, your partner, I'm going to encourage you. Now, this is gonna be a really hard one to tackle, but it's doable and it's possible. Nope, don't do it, okay? I'm gonna need you to work on that self-love, okay? And I'm gonna need you to learn how to validate yourself because that's just key. And I don't even know how to talk about this further so you really understand me. Research this topic, read books on it, listen to podcasts, audiobooks, whatever your method of learning is, but I'm gonna need you to work on that. And I'm even saying this to myself also. I mean, I know I'm speaking to you, but I'm also speaking to me because I watch my own videos back. You know what I mean? Yeah. All right, this next tip is, it's taking accountability. And this is personal to me because I've definitely just been in like a victim mentality. Like all of the hardships in my life or whatever I experienced was never because of me, okay? That's how I lived my life. That's kind of like the headspace that I was in, right? So even in my current day, and you know what I mean, I still approach things with that mentality, and it's like, no, this was totally your doing, and you need to take accountability for your behavior, your actions, and also your life. Taking accountability and saying, you know what, I have not been consistent, hence why my channel isn't growing. I have been distant with my friendships, hence why my friendships are breaking apart. I have neglected my health, hence why I'm not happy with how my body looks. You just taking accountability with those little things, really good thing to practice, and something that I'm also learning to do. So I'm very happy to have this on my list, and it's definitely been an eye-opener for me. And just even saying these things out loud just made me feel so much better, and I can like move on, you know? The next tip I have here, and I think we're on number 5 now, surround yourself with people who inspire you. And I probably always include this one pointer and tip on all of my how to change your life videos, because no man is an island, okay? No man is an island. I don't care if you're an introvert, you're a loner, you're a lone wolf, whatever it is, we always have people in our lives. You know that saying your mom would always tell you growing up, show me your friends and I'll show you who you are. If you are trying to change your life, right? Octavia is changing her life, but my inner circle, them still agwan with foolishness. You know, this one doesn't like to, you know. What do you think is gonna happen to you and on your journey? What do you think is gonna happen to your journey? It's not gonna work out, because you can't just change yourself and expect your friends who aren't changing their lives to, I mean, I've seen this happen too in the past when I was younger, when I decided that I wanted to, you know, be more ladylike and more feminine and stuff. There were people in my life back then who would like, okay, all right. You know what I mean? And you don't want that attitude. When you're changing your life, you want people around you that are talking the talk that you want to talk and walking the walk that you want to walk. You want people around you who inspire you, because you need someone to look to for motivation, right? I mean, you guys have the internet. Well, we do. We have the internet to follow Instagram accounts of people who inspire you. So for us now, if you're not the kind of person that has a lot of friend groups around you, how I want you to control what you're consuming is with your social media pages, right? You need to make sure that you're following women or men that inspire you and look the way that you want to look, or is just motivating to you in some way. Social media is just this. You can scroll for hours and you're consuming so many different things, right? And you may not realize it, but it sticks, and it affects our behavior. It affects how we speak. It affects so much. And I'm gonna give you an example. I am a reality TV lover. That's my guilty pleasure, and I love it. I used to watch all the shows on Bravo. Like, Bravo is my number one. I love Bravo. I watch all the Housewives. I watch all back in the day, I would watch like the Bad Girls Club, and which was on, I forgot what channel, what station that's on, but yeah, just going back to all those shows, like all those reality TV shows. And I would realize, especially when I used to watch Bad Girls Club a lot, I was so combative. If a girl look me wrong, I want to fight. And I'm not even that kind of person. I've never fought a day in my life. I've never fought a girl a day in my life. I've never been into a fight. I don't even know if I can fight. And it's like, I'm just combative. You know, me a cut, me yai, me a neck a rule, and you know what I mean? And it's because what I was watching, the content online, it was affecting my behavior, right? I remember like very young, like 21, 22, I feel like I watched or I listened to a video, and she was saying that, you know, a lot of our behavior is due to the things that we consume on socials, and I really never thought about it. And since then, I've been very careful about what I watch. I still watch my Housewives, but I don't know, I just think the Housewives, like, they're not fighting or anything. They're just like, you know, classy, a nice little classy read here and there, and I love it. But just, you know, there's other shows I know that are just like very like, if that's your guilty pleasure too, like, take it from me, it really does affect like how you behave. So definitely make sure that you're following accounts on Insta or TikTok that really resonates with you and who you want to become. If you love to watch TV and stuff like that, make sure that you're watching shows that also are good for, you know, the mind. And music, I love music so much, and I listen to all kinds of music, but I do love like 80s, like romantic stuff. I will link a playlist down there for you guys too, because I know a lot of people, we do listen to so many music, and I do too. I love all types of music. I like rap, trap, country, lo-fi, beats, jazz, 80s, probably even the 60s, okay? Brings me to this, music has a very big impact on how we behave. So also just monitor that as well. You know, because you see, as kids, when we were kids, we had parents to monitor what we were viewing on TV and listening and watching. But now that we're growing up, we are grown-ups, you know, we're grown-ups now, nobody's monitoring what we're doing anymore. So you kind of have to monitor yourself. So I like to call it parenting myself. So I definitely like to parent myself, whether it's giving myself curfews, limits on the phone, I do that too, and just making sure that I'm monitoring all of those things. So yeah, these are probably the 5 tips I'm gonna share with you guys for today. I don't wanna make this video too long. I have a long list. So obviously if you want me to make more of these videos, I'd be happy to do that. But I really hope you guys enjoyed this video and you at least learned a little bit. And yeah, let's chat in the comments. Let me know where you are on your own journey, or if you need help, you know, starting out. I'd love to chat with you guys. I definitely feel like this journey has helped me in so many ways. I'm just so grateful for where I am now, because I'm just so much more like mature, and the headspace that I'm in, I am grateful for that every day, because you guys know I was not okay back then, and I don't really talk about that era a lot because it's so sad, and I'm still healing, and I still remember it like it was yesterday, and it makes me emotional at times. And I get comments from you guys all the time, and how much I've helped you on your personal journey as well. And it really makes me happy, because it's always in those moments where I feel like I can't do this anymore, I get a message like that from one of you, and I'm like, wow, like, look at God. Like, in my moment of like, wow, I don't feel like I'm doing enough, like I don't feel like this and I don't feel like that, I get a message from one of you expressing to me just how much I've helped you, and I love that. And I'm so grateful for things like YouTube and the internet, so I can reach you guys and connect and help you guys. So yeah, with that being said, I thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye.